days after former President Trump was on the field for the South Carolina-Clemson football game, Nikki Haley was in her home state making her pitch to voters. Bob Costa and Aaron Navarro join me now. Bob is a CBS News chief election and campaign correspondent, and Aaron is a CBS News political reporter. Robert, I want to start with you because it was kind of an interesting reception that the former president got when he got to that game, and he was booed, something he's probably not used to.
He was booed, and it's good to be with you, Nicole, after this Thanksgiving holiday. For former President Trump, going to South Carolina is in many ways like going on home turf politically. It's a place he's had a lot of success over the years. But just like his recent visits to Iowa, his recent visits to New Hampshire and South Carolina are all about consolidating his political base in those states. He's the front runner. He's ahead in the polls, but he knows former Ambassador Haley has a base in South Carolina. So that's why he's showing up to this football game. And he knows he's not universally beloved there, but he has the support of the governor, as you see there. And you see in former President Trump someone who knows that if Governor Ron DeSantis does well in Iowa, and someone like Ambassador Haley or Chris Christie, the former New Jersey governor, do well in New Hampshire, he needs to do well in South Carolina, so there he is.
And so speaking of Governor DeSantis, I know, Aaron, you've been kind of tracking his travels, and he's making this tour all around Iowa, trying to visit all 99 counties, which is a stripe of honor for many politicians. I mean, give us the latest on the state of his campaign.
Yeah, well, he's about to hit county number 99 this Saturday, and this whole full Grassley approach from him is really the crux of his argument and his campaign, and is kind of the center of whether he can pull off an upset win against Trump in Iowa. And it's good to note that Trump still leads heavily in Iowa, but DeSantis has been putting in that work. The group backing him, Never Back Down, has set precinct captains to make sure that they have someone at every precinct on caucus night. And this Grassley tour is kind of just making sure he can connect with voters and make sure that they make those early connections so that when January 14, the week before the caucus rolls around, his campaign and his groups can make some calls to those voters.
We've got another debate coming up next month. What are you both watching for?
It's in that swing state of Alabama.
That ruby red swing state?
That's right. Ruby red. I mean, deep ruby red. I've been to Alabama for many political stories over the years, and that's ruby red. Though the Democrats think eventually it can make some inroads there, as they have in places like Georgia in the Deep South. But this is a showdown that, for those on stage, is all about hoping it even gets a little attention. It's going to be on a cable network, and it's for so many of the contenders who are not named Donald Trump. It's an opportunity to signal to donors and supporters that they're in this race. They're gunning for the nomination. But at this point, if Trump doesn't show up, it's hard to get the attention and the foil they likely need to really get that jolt into Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina.
Yeah, and we've seen the former president do a lot of counter-programming when it comes to these debates. I also want to ask you both about some comments that the former president made over the weekend, where he said on social media that he is seriously looking at alternatives to the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare. We know Republicans have tried many times before to chip away at this, and for Democrats, it seems to be the gift that keeps on giving, so much so now we're seeing the Biden campaign jump all over this.
I actually interviewed then President Trump back in early 2017, right as the repeal effort by Republicans fell apart. And I remember talking to him. He was on the phone with me on a Friday night, and he said, "I can't believe this all fell apart, because getting this across the finish line in Congress is no easy feat." He struggled early on in his presidency to get this done. It ended up being a very pared back form of health care legislation for Republicans. But so many conservative advocacy groups continue to have former President Obama's health care plan as a political target all these years later, and they're still looking to take it on in some capacity.
And this was a topic that in the 2022 midterms didn't really pop up when you looked at Republican campaigns. So it's interesting how Trump is bringing it up now.
And then lastly, we heard from Mitt Romney over the weekend. He spoke to our Norah O'Donnell and said that he would rather vote for a Democrat over Donald Trump or Vivek Ramaswamy. I mean, what do both of you make of a comment like that?
I really am looking with Senator Romney. He's not going to run for re-election. Does he end up supporting a no-labels ticket should one emerge? Does he even consider being on that ticket in some capacity if it's Senator Joe Manchin or someone else? How Romney plays 2024 is going to be something to watch. There was no expectation he would ever vote for former President Trump. But at this point, the question is, does he kind of sit on the sidelines, or does he try to spend his political capital?
It also tells me that DeSantis and Haley are duking it out, but there's still no clear answer for who is the alternative to Trump that can actually beat him, who has a path to do it. And that's why you see DeSantis and Haley kind of take swipes at each other, because that is the role that they need to have going into the primaries.
We're getting closer and closer to 2024. It'll be here before we know it. Bob
It's here,
Costa,
Nicole.
I know.
55 days, he's counting. Yeah.
Exactly. Aaron Navarro, thanks so much for being with us.